210 Boxing TV here with Robert Garcia. All right, Robert, so we just finished watching Beterbiev Bivol. Beterbiev wins by decision of all things, majority decision. One judge had it a draw 114-114. One judge had it Beterbiev 115-113, and another judge had it 116-111 Beterbiev. What are your thoughts on the fight and the scorecards?
I thought it was a pretty close fight. It was a fight that depending on how you score it. Me personally, I thought Bivol pulled it off by 7-5, very close. I thought he pulled it off. I thought he won the first 3 rounds, I think, with his combinations moving around, and I think he still won a few more rounds after that. Using that technique, beating him to the punch. And in the late rounds, there was a few moments where he was able to back him up, and that's when he was a little successful. But Beterbiev kept putting pressure, and even though Bivol was blocking a lot, he stayed busy. He stayed busy throwing punches. So I'm pretty sure that's why the judges seen it. But me personally, I think the most effective punches, the better punches that landed were Bivol in Bivol's favor. So that's why I thought he pulled it off. But it was close. It could have gone either way. One judge had a draw, so it depends on how you see it. Like I told you, I'm telling you, I personally thought Bivol pulled it off, but it could have gone either way. I'm not disputing it was a robbery or anything like that. It was a close fight.
When the fight was over, you said 7-5. A lot of us thought Bivol had won by a narrow margin. Was it kind of surprising that the one scorecard, the 116-111 for Beterbiev?
Well, like I said, I think it's more how the judges score. Fights like that where a lot of judges favor the guy going forward, even though he wasn't landing as much. I think the better punches, the better combinations, Bivol was the one that landed. But most of the fight, Beterbiev had Bivol backing up, and that's probably why that judge seemed
the
like
judges
that.
scored on who's the aggressor.
Some judges score the aggressor. It depends on the judges. Me personally, I'm telling you, I thought Bivol pulled it off, but it was close. I'm not saying it was a robbery. It was a very close fight. Could have gone either way.
Robert, do you think a lot of those rounds with Bivol, he would be dominant the first minute, 2 minutes, and then the last minute would be all Beterbiev?
Yeah,
do you think that was kind of hard to score the fight like that?
I think so, but when the judges can't just go based on the last minute or the last 30 seconds. They have to score. They have to see the whole round, and I think Bivol landed the better shots in most of those rounds. He landed the cleaner shots. Beterbiev was throwing a lot, and you could still say landing because they were. I thought a lot of them were being blocked, but they're landing head, body, whatever, and some look like they're being blocked, but at the same time, the judges are there live watching it, so they see different than us. It was a very close fight. It was a good fight. It's a fight that I think a rematch wouldn't be a bad idea.
There definitely should be a rematch. More money as well.
I think a rematch is perfect. They both got a huge payday, and I'm pretty sure in a rematch they could get it the same or a little bit more. Good for them. Good for their careers, for their families, and everybody around them. I think it's. I would like to see a rematch.
Beterbiev, he wasn't as dominant as he usually is. Credit to Bivol because Bivol did fight a great fight. What do you see if the winner of Morel Benavidez possibly fighting Beterbiev? Do you think they can beat Beterbiev?
I think either one of them. It doesn't matter. I can't say who's going to win because it's a really good fight. Fucking Morel and Benavidez is going to be a badass fight. I think it's going to be a better fight than what we just seen. Even though we've seen a good fight, but it was more of a when's
tactical.
that moment coming? And Bivol kept to his plan. Beterbiev kept pressuring, throwing a lot of punches, but most of the punches didn't seem like they were too powerful. They were just popping.
They were landing on the arms and shoulders.
Exactly. So I see Benavidez or Morel competing and maybe even beating either one of them because they're both they have, for them I think they're both more of a like real fucking fighters. I don't know. That's kind of like what I see. So I think
willing to take more risk.
I think they will. I think they will. I think they'll put up a fucking great fight. It's hard to pick a winner, but both of them, whoever wins between them two, will put up a good fight against either one of those guys. I think all four right there are in good position to fight each other. Then the losers fight with the losers, and then the winners fight the winner again. You know what I mean? So 3 fights right there for all 4 of them, easy.
You think Eddie Hearn or Bivol on their side, they might cry robbery that they got they didn't get a fair shake on the judges card?
Well, Bivol just said it that for him he lost. The judges gave it to the other guy, and that's the way it is. But they can't cry a robbery because it was very close. But I'm telling you, I did think Bivol won. So if they think the same, they're gonna say, yeah, maybe they did get robbed.
If there's a rematch, who wins the rematch between Bivol and Beterbiev?
I think it'll be another one of the very close fights. That's pretty much similar. We could probably see the similar things. What else can I say? I think the last 2 rounds were very important, and maybe those are the rounds that Beterbiev took, and then that made the difference. But even then, they were still close rounds. I don't think they were rounds where he clearly won. I think it was good rounds.
Wherever the judges basically decide that night is pretty much how you see it?
Pretty much, because rounds could have gone either way. The first 2 minutes were all Bivol, but then the last minute it was all Beterbiev. So it depends on the judges.
All right,
Me
man.
personally, I thought Bivol won, but it was a close fight.
Thank you, Robert.